want to train you on how to do the soil mixture for potting of macadamia seedling.
All right. So after the seedbed, we left it there for 3 months.
Yes.
Now it's ready for potting.
Yes.
So before we get into it, maybe you can just tell me why we have this spread out here and the different things that we have here, so that tuelewe as we move.
We have different types of mixtures that make one the complete mixture for transplanting or for potting.
For potting.
We have sod, clean river sod in the first pail there. The second one we use the farmyard manure. And the third one here, we use forest soil. Then when we mix at different ratios, then the soil is enough catcher for planting. Now we start with the forest soil.
Great.
Yeah. So we are going to use a ratio of 5. 1,
5?
2, 5 parts of soil. Yes, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Great.
That is forest soil. Then we get 2 or 3 parts of farmyard manure.
All right.
Then 1, 2, or 3.
All right. And then
We put now.
Can I do this one?
Yes. Welcome. 1 part of sod.
1.
Yes.
So the ratio is 5 to 3 to 1.
Yes.
There.
1 part.
All right.
Then from there we mix.
All right. So what will be the danger if I don't adhere to those ratios? Seme nieke hii forest soil ikuwe 4, hii nyingine nieke 1, hii sand nieke 3.
For one, number one, we use the forest soil because it is free from harmful pathogens. That is one. Number 2, it is very rich in vitamins and useful microorganisms. And again, it is well drained. It has good drainage. Then we use the microorganisms that are in the forest soil. They help us in digesting the farmyard manure. Inakula hiyo farmyard manure.
All right.
Sawa?
So when you say forest soil,
Yes.
ni mchanga yenye umeenda umeitoa
Kwa forest.
So I can't go to my farm, just farm yangu ya kawaida nyumbani nichukue mchanga.
That is now the advantage we have because this farm has been a forest ever since.
Great.
So there is a portion down there
Which is a forest.
we have conserved it for soil,
All right.
purposely for our nursery. And again, we advocate mostly for organic seedlings. We don't apply fertilizer.
Great.
And if we have to use any fertilizer or foliar, it is organic.
Again, what is the danger if I choose to go chemical fertilizer during the potting stage?
Now the problem is, number 1, you need to have the proportions, right proportions. If you fail, you go to burn the roots.
Okay.
Because again, it is a tender thing that we are dealing with here. So the third point is if you do not put the right proportion, you mess the balanced diet of the seedling.
Okay.
And we need to have the maximum nutrients. And again, that's why we put sod to allow aeration. You know, if you just put this red soil, it will become a stone. It will harden. And the rooting system will be very poor. That's why we add sod. Yes.
So it's safe to use organic manure. How to choma.
Exactly.
All right, great.
Yes.
So after we've mixed it evenly distributed,
yes.
What next?
Then from there, I think this one is okay. You can beat a bit. Just like how you make your chapatis.
Right, so
then from there, we are now it is ready for potting. Are you ready?
I am.
With these fingers? Okay, so okay.
Ukulima.com.
Okay, so
Yes,
so
thank you.
another thing I want you to learn about the potting bag. Macadamia you cannot pot in any bag. In terms of quality of the paper bag, this is 500 gauge. It's hard. It's tough because this seedling will stay here for another 1 year before it is taken to the farm.
Planted.
Yes.
So once we pot,
Yes.
for how long does it stay here?
It will stay here for 6 months. Then we graft it. Another 3 months also. And if you don't have a market, it will stay there for even the next 2 years.
All right.
So you need a tough paper, and again a treated paper. What I mean by treated, it has perforations. It has to be have these holes.
All right. And the holes, I can see the way they are in this paper. We have 2 on this side,
yes.
2 on this side. Does it matter if it was more holes on one side?
It matters because we want, this one is for releasing excess water.
Okay.
To allow the plant inside not to have excess water. Right. It will be waterlogged. Okay. And don't forget, from here to here is a reservoir for water. When you don't have water, the water will be stored here for
coming back up.
For coming back, yes. So you need, and again the size. This one is, the minimum for macadamia is 6.5 or 6 by 9. 6 inches by 9. This is 6 inches and 9 inches. That is the minimum for macadamia. Okay. But not less than that.
All right.
Okay. So you pot. The way we pot is just scooping either with your hands. You scoop with your hands and make sure you press. You press.
So, I mean, here you have a nursery with different seedlings,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
So for you to be able to run this business, you're selling seedlings to farmers.
Yeah.
What are the requirements that you need to have besides the structure? I'm talking about certification.
Yes.
What is very necessary for you to have to make sure that you're doing this business in the legal, accepted way?
Number one, you know, this is business. You got to have a license, trade license from the county government. That is a mandatory license. Then number two, if it is for macadamia, you got to have a license from AFA, Directorate NOCD, Nuts and Oil Crops Directorate. You have to be licensed to have oil crops in your nursery. Number three, you need, if it is for certification, it's only gotten from Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Service. That is KEFIS. They come here, they assess, basically we call it phytosanitary certification. Because they need to know how you are, what kind of water you are applying, whether it is good for consumption, whether it is dangerous for human consumption. You know, this at the end, these things will be, the fruits will be eaten by human beings. Yes. So if you put chemical water or contaminated water, that the chemical lead and heavy metals might penetrate up to the fruit. Yes. So we need to have certification.
So those are 3 compulsory ones?
Yes, they are compulsory. Yes.
Okay. And do we have like bodies that come and regulate and see if a farmer has them? How do they make sure that we do not have farmers who are in the business but are not following the correct procedure?
They have checks. They have surveillance. They just come around, they ask for these documents, and mostly what they do, they advise. Even as we have our own Nursery Operators Association of Kenya, which again I'm the national chairman, and we advise our farmers, especially the starters, to start with the documentation.
Great.
They go,
all right, so coming back here, our pots are ready?
Yours is not ready. Fill it up completely. You know, when we put water, it will have, so, and you press a bit.
All right.
You know, it has to stand on its own like that. Yes. I think now you are through.
I'm good.
Now this one is ready for transplanting. Okay. Yes.
All right. So once we have that, what next?
We are going to take them to somewhere. We take them to the nursery and we water them. Then we do the transplanting. Yes. We have to water them until the water reaches the lowest point.
All right.
Yes.
So can we water it from here, or we have to go
to go to the nursery?
So now we are ready to take our macadamia yenye ilikuwa kwa seed bed.
Yes.
Kwa sand bed.
Sand bed, yes.
Tuweke hapa kwa pot sasa.
Yes. Ile imekaa 3 months.
Ile imekaa 3 months.
Yes.
Igeuka ikakuwa maroon.
Yes, yes.
Maroon red sasa ikakuwa.
Maroon, unaona hata inamalizia maroon now. It means it has started now using chlorophyll.
Great.
That's why it is green.
Great.
Okay?
All right.
So you find in most cases some nursery operators will take when it is red, when it is maroon. It is not right. It is supposed to start green leaves. So I give you, which one do you take this one?
Okay.
I plant this, you plant that.
So,
you can see now.
calling
Yes,
the
fibrous.
root.
Yes, you can see.
Great.
Yes.
All right.
And that's the main problem of macadamia. If you go and plant macadamia without good leaf system, it will bring chaos. Yeah. Yeah. That's why. Yeah, return it. Yeah. Oh, very good. You can do repair. Yeah.
I can do fixing?
Yes, fixing.
All right.
There you are. So what we are going to do is to do the watering until it is soggy completely. Yeah. Then after watering, use just a small stick like this.
Okay.
Then you drill a hole. You drill a hole enough for the seed, for the roots.
Okay.
Okay? Then you just make it, yeah.
All right, let me try drill my hole.
Use it. And then you top up until all the roots are covered. And again, don't leave the roots suspended. So you go to press the soil.
Is this hole okay?
Let's
Not
see.
yet?
Yeah, not yet. Yeah, I think that's okay. Then,
There.
yeah, there. Don't exceed the rooting system where the roots have developed. Yeah? Make sure you keep it in level and press. Don't leave a hole.
Okay.
Yes, fill up the soil. You know when you add water, it tends to sink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There. Are we good?
Yeah, I think let me just make it a bit needy for you. It has to be very smooth. Yeah?
Okay. Do we water again?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to water and fill up the soil. If you leave that one not filled like that, when watering, inajikuja hivi, and the water doesn't get in.
All right.
So you have to make sure it is well upright.
Right.
Then, can you do the watering now?
Yeah, sure.
And that one you have to do up to between 6 and 9 months. That's why you find that macadamia prices are very high.
Because there's so much
It's
work.
too much work.
There's so much
Yes,
work.
you are going to water them for the next 9 months.
9.
6 to 9 months.
6 to 9 months.
Yes.
Every single day.
Every single day.
Great.
Yes.
So once we have done this,
Yes.
we are done with this step. of
Yes,
potting.
that is when now we just transfer them to the
Nursery.
nursery.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
Yeah.
So once we do that,
yes.
it stays there for 6 months.
6 to 9 months.
6 to 9 months.
Yes.
What happens after that? What do I get after those 6 to
Then
9 months?
after that, I'm sure completely. If you add foliar feeding and good weeding and good watering, it will be of this size now.
This is what we'll get.
That is now ready for grafting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after 6 to 9 months,
Yes. This
I
now
heard you call it something pencil.
pencil size.
This is the pencil size.
Yes.
Great.
And it is supposed to be at least 25 centimeters high,
Okay.
minimum.
All right.
So those who are grafting when it is very tiny, hiyo miti inazebea sana. So we need when it is pencil size, this area here.
And for us to get this,
Yes,
so while we are taking care of what we potted
yes,
in the 6 to 9 months,
yes.
besides adding water and removing weeds, you
Yes.
said something to do with foliar.
Foliar feeding.
Yes.
Yes.
How often do you do that?
You do it according to how you have a look at it. If there is any deficiency, maybe you find they are turning yellowish, you can apply nitrogenous foliars.
Why would it be turning yellow? What
Because
am
of
I lacking?
lack of nitrogen.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And again, you might find they are zinazembea, zinakuwa pole pole.
All right.
They are not shooting. You need to know what deficiency there is.
Great.
Yes.
All right. So if we take good care,
Yes.
after 6 to 9 months, we
Yes.
have our pencil size.
Yeah.
25 centimeters height.
Minimum, eh?
Minimum.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So what next? Now
Now you just do the grafting.
Great.
And it's a big, it's a very most crucial part of macadamia because that's where you make money or you lose money. You remember this work is now almost 1 year.
Yeah.
You might lose it from here. So you have to be very keen.